Hey everybody, it's Kristi Jenks here, and I'm super excited to be kicking off a new series. As you guys know, I am passionate about personal development and of course, sharing it with the people that I know and love. And guess what? If you're seeing this video, that means that somehow you're in my world, and I want to make sure that you have access to all of the great content that I do. We're going to be reviewing one of my absolute favorite books. Today, it's all about The Compound Effect. The Compound Effect is a book by Darren Hardy. Darren is one of the leaders in the personal development space. He is also the author, or I guess the publisher, of Success Magazine, and he has interviewed some of the most successful people in the world. My favorite thing that Darren does is actually a show where he sends out videos via email every day called Darren Daily. They're usually 2 to 5 minute videos, and they're a cross between inspiration, motivation, and sometimes just hard truth, right? Sometimes we need a little kick in the butt so that we can do what we don't want to do, but what we know we need to do. Today, however, we're learning all about the compound effect. The compound effect is about the choices that we make. Seemingly small, insignificant choices that over time compound into greater results. So for instance, one of my favorite examples that he gives is, and I'm just curious, I used to have a Diet Coke addiction. I say used to because I gave it up like a week ago. So I used to have a Diet Coke addiction. Now, that Diet Coke addiction was 89 cents a day from Circle K. He gives a wonderful example in here though about a coffee addiction. How many people do you know that absolutely have to stop by Starbucks every single day? So let's imagine that if you had a coffee addiction of $4 a day, over time, what would that compound? Just do some mental math real quick. See if you can figure it out. Well, Darren's done a great job. He did the math for us. If you stopped for Starbucks every single day and it was $4, over 20 years, you would actually spend $51,833.79 on coffee. Now, if you knew that's how much you were going to spend, would you change your choice? So that's what this book is all about. He's going to make it super simple. In fact, most people get hung up by the simplicity of this book. There's no secret tactic or strategy. It's basically making small choices, just little tweaks in our daily habits that compound over time. But this book is chock full of tactics and strategies to help you overcome any bad habits you have and to encourage the good habits that you have. One of my favorite stories, and it's close to the end of the book, is about once we start making good choices and we start seeing things go in the direction that we want, we reach momentum. Some people call it flow state. In this book, he calls it momentum. Momentum is when things are really going. What's the worst thing that can happen when we feel like everything is going good? We fall out of momentum. So in this book, he's going to teach you how to stay in momentum and how to make those choices add up to even more than you possibly believed. One of my favorite quotes from this book, Darren says, "Learning without execution is useless." I couldn't agree more. How many times have you gone to that conference? How many books have you read? TV shows have you watched? Podcasts that you've listened to? But then at the end of the day, you didn't do anything about it. You will not get out of this book without taking action. In fact, he's made it impossible for you to do that. You would have to actually really try to not get anything out of this book, because at the end of every chapter, Darren puts in here his summary action steps. And guys, these are amazing. They're simple things, almost just so simple that you think, how can this possibly work? I want to make sure that you guys are getting value out of this information. So we're going to have the actionable insights right now. The first thing that you're going to do is I want you to think about a goal that you have, something that you want to accomplish. You're going to jot down half a dozen seemingly insignificant tasks that you do each day that could help you reach that goal. So if it's working out, maybe you put your workout clothes out the night before. The second part of that is you're going to do the same thing, but on the other scale. Jot down half a dozen seemingly insignificant things that you're doing that might sabotage you reaching that goal. So let's take that same example of wanting to work out more. Are you staying up too late? Are you cruising the social media on your phone in bed? What are you doing? Just small, simple things that could keep you from reaching your true potential. Lastly, I want to share some of my absolute favorite quotes from the book. And guys, I don't want to mess them up, so I've got my handy cheat sheet right here because they really do make an impact. So to summarize, the compound effect is the principle of reaping huge rewards with a series of small, smart choices. This book is so simple, guys. He makes it easy for you. He delivers a powerful promise in this next quote. By the end of this book, or even before, I want you to know in your bones that your only path to success is through a continuum of mundane, unsexy, unexciting, and sometimes difficult daily disciplines compounded over time. So to summarize what he says, sometimes you just have to suck it up. We have to do things we don't like to do, but guess what? When we do them, we get the results that we want. So one of my favorite quotes that I want to end this book review on comes from Darren himself, and he says, "The most challenging aspect of the compound effect is that we have to keep working away, for a while actually, consistently and efficiently, before we can even see the payoff." Guys, I can't tell you how many times I meet with somebody, or maybe you know this person, well, I went to the gym once and I didn't lose any weight, so it must not work. Right? That's not how it works. We have to go to the gym over and over again before we start to see the results. And that's what this book is preaching about. So I promise you guys, if you take the time to read this book, you're going to absolutely enjoy it, and it can transform your life. So as Darren said, learning without execution is useless. So to help you guys make the next step, I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to be giving away a copy of this book, The Compound Effect. All you have to do is comment below. Did you find this information helpful? Or maybe you even know of somebody that needs a kick in the butt or just a little nudge to get things in order. This book would be a perfect option for them. If you found this helpful, make sure to like and follow the Big Helper group. We wouldn't want you to miss any of our awesome videos.